What does it mean to be truly free? We live in a world where freedom is often defined in external terms. The freedom to travel, the freedom to choose our careers, the freedom to speak our minds. But there's another kind of freedom, one that is far more important than any external liberty. It's the freedom to live without fear, the freedom to wake up each morning without being held back by doubts, insecurities, or the weight of the unknown. And Aristotle, one of the greatest philosophers of all time, gave us the key to this deeper freedom. He who has overcome his fears will truly be free. Think about that for a moment. What if the only thing standing between you and a limitless life was fear? What if the goals you dream about, the person you want to become, the experiences you long to have, what if all of it was just on the other side of fear? Fear is the invisible chain that keeps so many people shackled. It keeps us playing small. It keeps us from taking risks. It stops us from reaching for the things that truly matter. But the truth is, fear is a liar. Fear convinces us that failure is the end, when in reality, it's just a stepping stone. Fear tells us we aren't capable, when in fact, we are stronger than we've ever imagined. Fear whispers that we must stay safe, when in truth, real safety lies in growth, in evolution, in pushing past our limits. So the question is, how do we break free? Fear, the silent cage. Most people don't realize they are living in a cage. It's not made of steel bars. It's made of hesitation. It's built out of self-doubt. It's reinforced by every moment of procrastination, every excuse, every time we let fear win. And the worst part, this cage is invisible. We convince ourselves that we are free. We tell ourselves that we are choosing to stay where we are, that we are being practical, that we are not ready. But deep down, we know the truth. We know that every time we've avoided stepping forward, every time we've let fear make our decisions, we've added another lock to our cage. And so we wait. We wait for the perfect moment. We wait for confidence to appear. We wait until we feel ready. But readiness never comes. Confidence does not come before action. It comes because of action. And the truth is, there is no perfect moment. There is only now. The cost of living in fear. What is the price of fear? It's not just discomfort. It's not just a little stress or anxiety. The real price is the life you don't live because of it. How many dreams have been abandoned because someone was afraid of failure? How many relationships have never started because someone was afraid of rejection? How many people die with regrets, not because they didn't have opportunities, but because they were too afraid to take them? Fear doesn't just hold us back, it steals from us. It robs us of experiences, growth, and the kind of life we are truly meant to live. But here's the good news. Fear is not permanent. Fear is not real in the way we think it is. Fear is something we can defeat. And the moment we decide to fight back, we take our first step toward true freedom. The truth about fear. Fear is not your enemy. It is a natural response. It is part of being human. But the problem is that most of the fears we deal with today are not life-threatening. They are mental fears. The fear of embarrassment, the fear of failing, the fear of not being enough. These fears are illusions. They are thoughts, not realities. They exist only in our minds. But what happens when we challenge them? What happens when we stop running and start confronting? Fear begins to shrink. The things we once thought were terrifying become manageable. The risks we thought we couldn't take become stepping stones to something greater. And that's where real transformation begins. How to overcome fear and achieve true freedom. So how do we do it? How do we break the grip of fear and reclaim our lives? Here are 5 steps to conquering fear and stepping into true freedom. 1. Acknowledge your fears. The first step to overcoming fear is to face it. We cannot fight what we refuse to acknowledge. We cannot defeat an enemy that we are pretending does not exist. So take a moment. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What has been holding me back? What is the fear that keeps me stuck? Write it down. Say it out loud. Because when we name our fears, we begin to take power away from them. 2. Take action, even when you're scared. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is acting despite fear. The only way to weaken fear is through action. If you're afraid of speaking up, speak more. If you're afraid of failure, take small risks every day. If you're afraid of rejection, put yourself out there anyway. Action is the antidote to fear. Every step forward, no matter how small, chips away at the power fear holds over you. 3. Reframe fear as growth. What if fear was not a warning to stop, but a signal to keep going? The greatest moments of growth, the biggest breakthroughs in life, always happen right on the other side of fear. Every challenge you have ever overcome, every success you have ever had, came after facing something difficult. So instead of running from fear, start seeing it as a guide, a teacher, a sign that you are stepping outside of your comfort zone and into the person you are meant to become. 4th, stop letting fear make your decisions. Imagine your life 5 years from now. If you let fear decide for you, where will you be? Will you be the person you want to become? Or will you still be exactly where you are now, wondering what could have been? Fear wants you to stay where you are, but staying where you are is not freedom. It is captivity. To be free, you must take control. You must make choices based on your dreams, not your fears. 5. Decide that you are bigger than fear. At the end of the day, overcoming fear is a decision to rise instead of retreat, a decision to act instead of hesitate, a decision to take back your life. No one else can make that decision for you. And the moment you decide that you will no longer let fear dictate your life, you will feel something incredible: freedom. The road to true freedom. Aristotle's words remind us of a truth that so many forget. Freedom is not about what's outside of us. True freedom is within. The moment we let go of fear, we gain everything: the courage to take risks, the confidence to be our true selves, the ability to live fully, without regret. So I ask you this: what will you do? Will you let fear keep you trapped? Or will you break free? The choice is yours. But remember this: he who has overcome his fears will truly be free. And that freedom, that is what life is truly about. If you felt inspired by our journey through the Hellenic horizons, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.